What's up, YouTube? We're back with another video. It's going to be kind of a sequel to the vinyl wrap for the Suburban. But we're going to do the Suburban this time. It's been about 5 months, something like that, 4 or 5 months since I wrapped the interior of the 3500 Silverado. So I'm going to show you how that's looking. It's been washed, detailed a few times. Gone hunting. It's been beat up, so it's holding up really, really good. I bought some wrap to do the wife's interior. If you look at my first video I did, I showed you the wife's interior. We had that wood grain, the faux wood, GM bullshit, and I'm getting rid of it, kind of updating it. So I'm gonna have you look at the Suburban or the Silverado first and see how it's still holding up pretty well, and then kind of give you some tips and tricks on what I'm doing with the Suburban. So let's get after it. Again, this is about 30 bucks all in. I've already had the kit to do it, so it's 15 bucks for a roll of this stuff. The color my wife picked is a little different than what I had, so let's look at what I got real quick. Kind of show you what like the 5 or maybe it's been close to 6 months, but we'll say like the 5 to 6 month update and how it's holding up, and then we'll just go from there. This is the 2007 Suburban. And then we got the 2009 Silverado. This will be the same interior for most Silverados, Yukons, Sierras. So anyway, what we're looking at is I wrapped, all of this was the faux wood. Wrapped it and got rid of all the wood. And it still holds up really, really good. I mean, this truck's looking good. It's clean inside. Nothing really matched. The wood doesn't match anything, so don't even know why they do it. Maybe for like 70-year-olds, they like that old wood look, but just kind of makes the whole interior look outdated. So like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into my truck on this. This one isn't about my truck, but I just wanted to show you the look after all that time. So it looks really good. I'm happy. And I'll kind of show you the Suburban. Suburban's got the same interior. I think the Suburbans and all the Tahoes all have the same dash. Some of the Silverados and Sierra trucks have like a work truck dash. You'll know if yours has 2 glove boxes, you have the other kind of dash. So it's not exactly the same, but the LTZ interiors all have the wood. Sorry about the sunlight. So anyway, basically pop these panels off, pop all your switches off, pop the stereo bezel off. There's a little piece on the other corner over there. On my last video, I actually broke these trying to get it out. I was very careful on this one. I'll show you the tools I used in a minute, but get everything popped out. Be easy on it. Just go little by little, go around and start popping it with the tools, and you'll get each clip will go. So don't force it. If it feels like you're forcing it, you're probably going to break it. Just get to where you can feel it's connected and give it a tug, and it'll pop out. So you got your one on each side, and you got your one in the back, and then the one over in the corner over there, and then all along here, and the stereo bezel. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Alright, so here's it all laid out on the counter. Same thing with my other truck. Pretty much what you're going to want to get is some of these tools here. These trim pop kits there, they're cheap. A couple different ones to get in there, to get behind it and pop things out. You're going to need a Torx bit. I don't know what size, but to remove the screws that hold the switch together here and this one here. That's the only screws. So you got a screw there, there, and there. So once you get those popped out, you'll be able to have it look like this. These actually just pop out, no screws. So you'll have to clean everything up with alcohol. The kit, you can buy any kit that's made for window tinting, or this vinyl kit. It's cheap, Amazon. I can send you guys a link. I'll put a link in the description. That's pretty much all you'll need. You need these tools to rub out the air bubbles, and you need a heat gun. I'll get started on it, and I'll get some footage of me actually doing it, just to kind of help you guys out. Again, I'm not an expert at this, but the one I did turned out pretty good. So this is the same kind of metallic grain, except for this is a black. My wife picked out this color. I think it's gonna look real good. So same thing we did on the last video. We'll just do this dark grainy look on everything, metallic grain. And like again, I think this is a 5-foot strip, about 15 bucks. It's all you need. So I'll be back in a minute once I'm rolling. Okay, so clean everything really good with isopropyl alcohol. Make sure you got no dust around, and then take your time and take it easy. This tool is really handy right here. So when you get into areas like this and you're going, before you cut it, see, I'm going to leave all of this color, and I'm going to leave this color. So like even for this little strip, you'll use this to tuck it down inside like that. So kind of zoom in for you. So when you're doing it, you'll be able to tuck that in and then cut it with your knife. The reason I like to take everything out is because I like to wrap I like to take the vinyl and wrap it around underneath so that when I push it in, it can't flip up. So, all right, we'll get back when I get rolling on it. I'll show you guys some tips on how I do this. Really simple. Shouldn't take more than half an hour or so, and we'll go back. All right, so now that we've got a basic piece cut, we know we're going to do this piece. I'm going to show you this tool right here. This came with my kit, super handy. You know, be a little sparing. You don't have to overdo it, but they give you plenty. So we're just going to kind of guesstimate roughly about here. So what I'll do is I'll start this right here, and I'll just run it down. Now on the back of this, that was kind of a crappy cut. You can actually follow the lines of the words, but I know that I've got plenty, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take, I've got it cleaned up. I'll do one last little wipe with a little bit of alcohol on there. Just make sure there's no dust. Start peeling back. Get you a peeled up corner, and just gonna lay it on. Now with the grains, you have those grains, you're gonna want to make sure they're pretty level as far as straight up and down. So that's it. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Okay. Now get you one of these, maybe a little one. Start rubbing it through. So you get some bubbles in there. That's where the heat gun's going. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my heat gun on it. And you'll see as you heat it, don't hold the heat directly to it, just come across nice and even. You'll see it will start to actually curl around where you want. Okay, just get a little bit of heat, a little bit of heat, a little bit of heat. Come off of it. Got some bubbles here, so I'm going to work those out. Okay, now let's go ahead and flip it over. I'm going to pull and get nice and hot, and then I'm just going to pull it. It's hard to do it one-handed, huh? Just give it some nice heat, nice heat. There we go. And just peel it over. Start working it. It's pretty forgiving stuff, so you always give a little more heat. Okay, now we're gonna make our first cut. I prefer this little knife here. Works pretty good. Come across, find your spot, and you can always go back and do some other trimming, so you don't have to. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get your rough cut. Okay. We'll go this way. Okay. Now see it's starting to take shape. So I'll apply more heat to that when I get a little further down, but right now I'm not too worried about it. As you can see, it's starting to look pretty good, huh? Okay. Next stop, let's do the top. Like I said, it's just patience and don't get too crazy with the heat. Just get it to where it's pliable. That's probably good. Bring it over, stretch it. Okay. So we'll come back again. Find our nice spot that we like. And I usually start my cut somewhere in the middle, and then I just use it as a guide. Make sure your blade's nice and sharp. That's it. Okay. So now we'll get that hot and fold it over once I get a little further in and all my final cuts are done. Alright, this is where I told you that tool comes in handy. Okay, I know that I have a ridge in here somewhere. Find it. Okay, so that's my okay. So, and finally we're gonna take the back end here, apply a little heat. I'm just gonna fold that over. Okay. Now, let's finish off with the heat, adhering this to it. I just roll it over. Starts to peel up, can give it some more heat. And actually, once you snap this back in place, it actually holds it, helps hold it. So, let's get one right here. That's it, though. Pretty simple. Just work your edges, get your edges to adhere. You might have to cut it a little bit depending on how it wants to roll or not, but I'll trim that up. That gives you the idea now of how it's going to look. All right, back, all done. Let's see. Turned out pretty good. It is it's a pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie. You know, you got to take your time. You got to really be careful. I got a couple little imperfections on this one. These are really tough just because of these little ribs that come up, but not bad, not bad. It's only my second time, so I mean, I'm learning as I go. Get a little bubble in there. Some of that stuff will work out its way out. I did the same thing on my last one with this grainy stuff. It's really tough to pull. When you get it in there and you get creases and stuff, you can heat it up, but don't get it too hot. But you need heat, and then you can pull the creases out and kind of fold it out. But with a solid color, I think you're going to have an easier time. When you're using this grainy stuff, you're pulling the grain. So, you know, there are some imperfections, but let's go throw it in and see how she looks. Be right back. All right, we're done. I'm not going to lie, the black is definitely harder to make it look nice. A little dirty there. But I think that looks good. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Way better, no wood. Oh, back there. Same thing on the other side. There you go. I'm cool. I'm happy. I think she'll be happy. Looks really good. It's got a nice sheen to it. Looks like a kind of like a factory option. Come back from it. Oh yeah. Right on. Hope this helps you guys out. Inspires you to do some stuff to your own car. Let me know in the comment sections if you have any questions. I will tell you that the black is way harder. The silver that I did in this truck is just easier to work with. I don't know if it just doesn't show as much imperfections and stuff, but it was just easier to work with. But you know, whatever. Black, I know black's tough. If you're painting something, black's always the toughest. Black's tough to get perfect. So I mean, if it's your first try, maybe don't go with black, but you know, whatever, or go for it. You just have to do it over a couple times, but it's worth it. All right, peace out. Later.